Yay. All right. So I'm here just uphill. I don't know if it's northeast probably of Samak, Utah. And camping here with my Starlink. I'm really looking forward to spending the summer out in nature and increasing my clairvoyance, increasing my ability to tune into the hologram and become a better healer. And I so appreciate your presence here, because in some ways your troubles give meaning and purpose to my life as I help you. So I'm so grateful for that. Let's see. So how this goes is I talk for a few minutes about some topic, and then we go into a distance healing. And the first part of this video is posted onto YouTube, the teaching portion, and then we enter into a more private space. Well, as private as Facebook is, but it's in a Facebook group. You have to actually ask to join. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're welcome to join us there. Just gives a layer of enclosure to the healing process, which I think enhances it. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so today's teaching is about detachment. And I learned this the hard way, or that's not the right way to say it. It was hard for me to learn this because back in 1980, I learned about acupuncture, and I was healed from it. They were going to make me infertile with surgery. And today they would have given me Lupron and made me infertile. But instead I had a series of acupuncture treatments that completely helped my periods. And I became like a born-again feminist. Women have to have this medicine. And so I developed my ability to manipulate chi for 30 years. And I guess I'm still doing that to some extent. But really, it's quite a sense of power and not ego, but accomplishment when you can take chi that's in one place and move it to another place and facilitate healing. And then about 13 years ago, I could never touch cancer, though. I really, it's like it was not an illness that chi manipulation could help that much. Could take away pain a little bit, relieve nausea a little bit, but it felt like it was just so much more powerful than any of the chi manipulation techniques that I was very good at as an acupuncturist. So as we enter into this group healing, a lot of us have a mechanical model of how healing works, which I would like to dispel. It's one way healing works. So a mechanical model is you take energy from light or source and you transmit it like through a conduit, like your own open heart, and you put it into the person or the pet with cancer. And you're acting as a channel, you're acting as a conduit, a wire almost. And you're very much involved. And I found that this did not touch cancer very much. Maybe, I think some people have done it successfully with cancer if they have a lot of healers, which we do have. So if you're doing it, you might not be destroying the work. But I'm going to try to suggest that there's something even better, which is instead of a transfer model, it's a resonant model. And the metaphor, this is not like scientific, it's just a way of looking at it, a picture that helps me relate to it, is that we all have access to everything all the time. At some level, we're attached to all the food, water, clothing, shelter, resources that we need just because we have bodies. Another level, at some level, we have access to every thought that was ever thought by every being, like we have the capacity to connect with that. And of course, we're not always connected with all of that. We sip it through a straw. But to activate the information that our dear patients need to heal from their cancer is one of resonance, not of transfer. It's like they're not missing anything. They're not deficient in some way. Chinese medicine is all about what's excess, what's deficient. Well, I would suggest that the typical cancer patient is not one drop deficient. It's the healing is right under their nose and they're overlooking it, and for a variety of reasons. And with my patients, my private patients, I have experience understanding what it is that they might be overlooking, because it's a gazillion things. All right, so what I'd invite you to do right now is I'm going to lead you through a little exercise, and then when we actually do the group healing, I'll have you do this a little more. But I'd like you to start a spinning ball behind your head in your imagination, and have it spin at least as fast as a blender. And if you're experienced or you can do this, just have it go about as fast as the color green, which is 5.8 times 10 to the 14th cycles per second. So every time it goes around, but that's way, 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 way fast. So just feel that going around behind you. All right, and this is about your process. And now I'd like you to think about something really happy or something neutral. So I'm looking at that beautiful tree over there, and looking at the beautiful Zoom with all your happy energy in it. Not Zoom, it's Facebook. Just see this happiness thing. And I'm spinning. Now I'd like you to think of something like cancer. Like there's a shadow of cancer. And notice if when you focus on your own cancer or the cancer that's in the people and pets that are on my list right here, that your cycle goes slower. Yeah. Your cycle goes slower. And now go back to the nice or the neutral thing and notice that it's easy to spin. And now go back to the thought or the experience, the shadow of cancer. And notice how it kind of gets grungy and it's a little bit harder. All right, so rather than trying to fix that, all we're going to do is try to spin at a speed where we become invisible. Where we can, Dorothy says, yes, it went way slower. Okay, so there's some scripture somewhere, I don't know what text it came in, that said that God doesn't see the difference between moving a mustard seed or a mountain. Okay, so all I'm asking you to do is spin, and I'd invite you to spin just as fast when you look at the cancer, the shadow of cancer, as you do when you look at something neutral or happy. And it takes a little effort. So I'll go back and forth a couple times. So keep spinning and look at the happy thing, or think of the happy thing. And notice how easy or hard it is to spin. And now think of the cancer that's in each person or pet. And cycle fast anyway. You're claiming your birthright. You're claiming your freedom to cycle, to spin. You might not know how to cure cancer, but you can use your own volition to spin and have it be a no thing. And what this does is it engineers detachment, which is so important. There we go, good. I just felt a bunch of you getting that. Okay, so let's go back to the happy. Spin, spin, spin. Go back to the cancer. Spin, spin, spin. It's almost like the cancer sees you and it's trying to slow you down. And so you just claim your freedom to spin anyway. And I like to think that I spin so fast I become invisible to the cancer, and yet I'm still witnessing the shadow of it. And I watch it go away. And that usually leads to less pain and more health. Less pain immediately, a sense of a cool breeze if it's certain types of tumors. Anyway, there's lots to it. And if you want to work with me individually, contact me. All right, because I'm up at my superpower place here up in the woods. All right, okay, good. So, back and forth, back and forth. Anybody want to comment on on how you felt with the two different speeds. Were you able to spin just as fast while you were noticing the shadow of Cancer? All right, you might want to practice it and then comment on this thread later, because it's giving me and my clients a lot of traction now. Because for so long I was trying to teach, well, I still am trying to teach family members just to keep it affordable and to empower people. Get empowering to spin fast. Yeah, good. I was trying to teach people, but it's like tricky to how to detach, especially when your life depends on it. It's sort of hard. So this little drill is helping me teach detachment. There you go. All right. Okay, so felt I meant not get. Huh? All right, write that again, Dorothy. All right. Oh, you were not getting empowered to spin fast? Okay, so then you just practice. And you get pissed, you get angry, and you say, I'm going to spin fast anyway. And you find a location, a vibratory frequency where you can. And if you can't do it, if it's difficult, you ask for help. You ask for the part of you or some angel or deity to help you spin fast anyway. Melinda says, maybe it's my cycling experience, which is vast, but I found, oh gosh, it just disappeared. The comment just disappeared. Anyway, read Melinda's comments. Greg, yes, I felt a difference. It sped up after a few tries while looking at the Cancer shadow. Oh, you did feel empowered. Okay, all right. Okay, thanks, Dorothy. All right, so if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe this. If you're watching this on Facebook, go watch it on YouTube and like and subscribe. Help me with my channel. And we'll now go into the formal part of the distance healing.